everyone, welcome to another educational video about screen printing by Catspit Productions. Today I just wanted to go back and touch base on some things I was talking about in the video about how to create the best spot color film positive. Okay, and I wanted to clarify some of the things about dye-based inks, pigment-based inks, and all black continuous ink systems or all black ink cartridges. When Epson makes a printer for photographers, they're supposed to be using a pigment ink. Now, the Epson 1400 and the 1430 evidently came with a dye ink that's called Claria inks, high definition Claria inks or something it's called. And evidently it's a cheap but stable dye-based ink rather than being a pigment-based ink, which it really should be if you're going to be printing photographs with it. Okay, so Epson does have pigment-based inks. They're called Durabright, and I imagine they come in the more high-end photographic printers, I'm guessing, okay? But in my experience as a photographer, you know, we want inkjet printers with pigment inks. Okay, so because the Epson 1400 and 1430 were actually made for the photographic market, I assumed that they had pigment inks in them. Please remember though that I do sell screen printing equipment and supplies online at catspitscreenprintsupply.com, and I have a storefront right here in Phoenix, Arizona, where you can come down and purchase your screen printing supplies and or equipment right here in the Phoenix storefront. And I have a lot of equipment that you can take home today. All right, so come on down to the Phoenix storefront and check out what I have. Okay, so dye-based inks versus pigment-based inks for inkjet printers and waterproof inkjet film positives. Well, you know, generally speaking, dye-based inks seem to work a little bit better on waterproof inkjet film positives. However, that does not mean that you cannot print an excellent film positive with pigment-based inks. Okay, and that also leads me to the next question that people ask. You know, do I need to buy an all-black ink system, whether it be cartridges that you buy with the black in them and you just put them in, or if it's a continuous ink system that comes with a line feed and a big tank? Okay, you know, that feeds a bulk continuous ink system for dye-based black inks to do your film positives. And the answer to that question, whether or not you should do that, really comes down to one thing. How many film positives are you making every day? That's the question. Okay, if you're making a dozen film positives every day, or more, you know, if you're making a lot of film positives and you're making several each day, then the all-black ink system or the all-black continuous ink systems could be practical for you. Okay, on the other hand, if you are not making film positives every day, meaning if you are a beginner and you're just starting out with screen printing, you're better off not buying that very expensive system because you're not going to be printing enough film positives to keep it flowing well. And when you change the Epson ink out of an Epson printer and use a third-party dye-based ink, you increase the likelihood of clogature, as I call it, or clogging. Okay? So when you run these dye-based inks in either the cartridges or the all-black continuous ink systems that are third-party inks, you increase the likelihood of clogging the Epson printer, and then what you have to do is dump a bunch of ink to clear the print heads and do a print head cleaning, right? So the point is if you're not making a lot of film positives every day, if you're not a commercial shop printing for profit, making a dozen screens in a day or even 6 screens, as long as you're printing film positives every day, several of them, you know, if you're not doing that, then you really do not need the all-black ink systems or the continuous black ink systems. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.